Hello all and welcome to this Friday afternoon's beer review. Took a couple of weeks off, though you might not have noticed it because I was just catching up on like my backlog. Don't have much of a backlog, I only have like 2 videos in the backlog. And yeah, I'm going to dub this beer review the kind of busy next couple of weeks. I'm going to be busy the next couple of weeks. Heck, I'm going to be busy all the way through about the middle of September, most likely. Um, so I'm hoping to do at least one review a week. We shall see. What is it that we are reviewing today? Well, we are reviewing a local beer because, that's what I preferentially prefer to review out of all the things I review is locally produced items. Um, yeah. And this one is from Beer Lab, Hawaii. And this is Palaka wheat. And Palaka is the sort of plantation era pattern that was used in a lot of clothes. And sometimes you'll see me wearing like a blue Palaka shirt. I have a fondness for Palaka. And despite it being sort of like the cheapest fabric available, which is why it became sort of the plantation worker's shirt, it is now an expensive fabric, like most formerly blue collar plantation origin things now in Hawaii. And they're all expensive. And if you want cheap things, you go and get crap from Walmart and McDonald's. I don't like the way the world is becoming. Anyways, so yeah, this is a wheat beer, 4.8 ABV. And without much further ado, let's just go and pour it out. This will be nicely sessionable and refreshing in this very hot weather that we have going on right now. Yeah. So, a hazy, well carbonated, pale yellow with a thin, frothy white head. And up front is pretty much you get a kick of that wheat and funk up front. Yeah, so wheat forward. Also some citrus-like notes there. And light floral aspect as well. Probably from the hopping, though very much malt forward here. Okay, onto the palate now, shall we? Hmm. Hmm. So while the wheat isn't, not very strong up front, once it gets into the mids, it dominates the top note and really the palate on the finish too. Up front, palate, there's a light bitterness, very mild, very subtle tartness, and continues on into the finish. And again, very lasting, long wheaten funk in that long finish, especially in the top note. Despite having lots of visible carbonation, it's not too much bite on the palate, which is odd. I guess you could say the carbonation is kind of small. You know, there's a lot there, but it's very small bubbles. Definitely an American wheat ale. I'm not getting very much yeast-like notes. You know, notes from yeast or anything. It's refreshing and kind of simple, actually, which I guess sort of fits the Palaka theme. You know, Palaka is supposed to be a working man shirt. This could be a working man's beer. Simple, straightforward, not complex, drinkable. Just wish it had a little bit more, um, you know, yeast character to it, just to give it a little bit more dimensionality, as well as upping the carbonation a bit too. That said, it's not unpleasant. Yeah, I really ran out of things to say quickly on this one because I don't think there's much to talk about. I mean, if you want like a pale wheat ale, then this is pretty much it. You get wheat, you get a bit of hops, and yeah. If you're the kind of person who wants to put orange in your beer, this one would probably stand up to it pretty well. That said, it doesn't have a very strong citrus character. It's just, it would be kind of simpatico with that, if that's your thing. Did I just say simpatico? Man. So you're anything else on here? Hmm? Yeah, really. No verbiage. And also not much verbiage you could find printed online. I mean, they have a bunch of like videos on Instagram and Facebook. So I guess if you want the verbiage, you can do that. You know, as the sun sets, I'm getting light. It almost kind of does have a little bit of a green tinge to it. Well, it's the wrong angle for you guys to see. Yeah, sort of does. You know, holding it up to the sunlight here, well, the setting sunlight. But anyways, try it if this is your jam. I'm enjoying it because this is kind of beer you want to drink with this kind of weather. But yeah, Boy Beer Labs, Palaka Wheat. And that is your beer review for this Friday evening, because it's 6:10 now. Cheers.